Welcome to Shattered Ships, brought to you by Fandom Encounters. This is your DM Matt, guiding you on your pirate adventure through the seas of Corsair. Join our party, the Human Fey Wanderer Ranger Tesha Gwyn, played by Bobby, the Sea Elf Pirate Kensei Monk Trigger, played by Seth, and the Owlin Swords Bard, played by Alan, as they do their best to navigate this new world and find their place in it. In Corsair, where piracy is freedom, and freedom is dangerous. As our heroes have made it back to their house, Kachi has ventured into the Witch's Walk, as it's been described by Violette on the other side of this mirror. Gwyn has just stepped through, and they find themselves in the Feywild arena, the games, the challenge that sort of began defined their journey after they left their home for the first time on a road seeking something else. What does Gwyn remember feeling in this
moment? At the start of the games, I remember that there were like hundreds of us, and there were creatures and beasts as well as like humanoids, and there were demons and devils and all these different types of monstrous races. And as we were told what the first challenge is, that it's a mere maze. I distinctly remember overhearing two minotaurs say something in their common language, because I'm proficient with the board game Minotaurs and Mazes. And so I knew that they have an advantage getting through mazes, and so I knew to stick to them and towards them. And there was one of them in radiant glowing like armor, but just being very excited that there's a chance for me to help my parents raise money for their tavern, because it's like underfunded, and that way we can move into the big part of the city and give them the retirement that they've always dreamed about at this point, the very, very beginning of the games. And also very terrified that there's like flying devils and like oozes and werewolves and like creatures that I've never seen before. Like, it is wild and exciting, and like, how am I gonna win? But I'm gonna try my best. Like, very wide-eyed, bright-eyed, hopeful dreams.
Yes, your excitement and passion for like realizing that no, this is like a sure thing. Like, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna get this stuff from my parents. That excitement drowns out any confusion at these strange beasts. Any odd feelings that like, okay, cool, teaming up with these people, we have to make it through the maze. These are all my competitors, but for right now, you've like won the two minotaurs. You remember feeling impressed that like you picked up on what they were saying. One of them may have been a bit quicker to like, in the way that like, oh, how dare you eavesdrop on us not being careful enough. But you saw the other, this kind of paladin one glowing, kind of puts a hand on his compatriot's shoulder, like in a like placating gesture, presumably approving of this interest, of this alliance, of this offer of sorts, like this unspoken agreement between people in a similar situation. As the event progresses, these flying demons and creatures go about the maze in one way. You stick to the minotaurs going through this in a way like minotaurs are better at navigating this. It's something just ingrained in them, this sense of direction, this sense of urgency. They find their way, but there's no accounting for the other combatants in the area. At this point in the games, is Gwyn someone who is able to keep an eye out for these enemies, or are they someone that needed protecting?
No, I definitely needed protecting, and the violence and the severity of the game comes as such a shock as the first combatants push their way into the funnel of the maze. Bright lights begin to glow, and their bodies get trapped inside the walls, screaming and pounding. And immediately, it is realized by all these contestants that in order to win this game or get out of here, we will need to like survive instead of compete. So immediately this goes from an excitement and thrill for hope and change to, oh, this is dangerous. And in a stunned state, moves so slow that most of the combatants and contestants fly by Gwyn. As I just at that point stand there as Tesha, just stunned, before continuing slowly through the maze and following the trail of light led by these minotaurs who helped charge and push. But mostly just stunned fear and lack of, oh, like, what's that called? Like when you stand out, like there's just like a lack of anything interesting, that all the contestants run by Tesha and just leave him to walk through the maze alone at the end.
You find yourself expecting heroics and the things of legend, and you suddenly find yourself in a strange place where there appears to be rules that you don't understand, but other people have already started playing. Not unlike how Gwyn finds himself in Cursed Cove. And as these kind of feelings wash over you, you remember the bolstering feeling that it does have to have not the friendship, not even the acquaintanceship, not even necessarily the approval, but maybe the interest of these two Minotaur. And once again, you feel yourself not exactly being alone as you come out of this trance. Roll me a d8.
Ooh. 6.
6 as well. So you have 6 points to refill whatever would suit you best, whether it's spell slots or other features that get depleted as part of as you. This also counts as a short rest as Gwyn also levels up.
Nice. Yes. And question for you, as like part of the acknowledgement that I am not the lookout, can I change my proficiency from perception to investigation?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I will.
Especially
I
at
see
this
myself
level up
also,
juncture.
Yeah, I think I want to switch that to that if possible, please.
Of course, I'm cool with that.
Thank you. And then I will roll a d10.
Get your dice in there as oh goodness.
2 minus 1 is 1.
Oh, it's not even like a 1 where you would just re-roll it.
Yeah. Woof.
Oof.
It's okay. I'm still a weak
Very
person.
fitting for Gwyn. That leads Trigger. You see your two compatriots have like gone into this trance. To even like to you, who has like watched two of them go through this. It like Kachi was gone for the span of a conversation. Gwyn is gone as like you're standing there watching. While Gwyn is in this trance, is there anything that Kachi would want to ask Trigger, or Trigger want to ask Kachi, or are you both sort of just taking in what's happening in this moment?
I think Kachi would be not like adverse to speaking, but more so like almost like anxiously like rubbing his hands, his claws. Yeah.
I know you probably don't want to talk about it.
Oh no, it's all good, kid. Yeah, what's on your mind?
No, you're doing the thing that people do where sometimes when they're upset they push it on the other person. It's okay. I got nothing. I just wanted to tell you that I get sad sometimes thinking about the past too. It's okay. Everybody does. You're good. So if you want to be sad, actually the my tiny room that I was in is like a really good sad room.
Oh, that's really good to know. Thank you.
Yeah. Sometimes you just want to go to a place and you just kind of want to be sad. And I found that being near that, like in like a small enclosed space, doesn't make you feel, or it makes you feel sad in like a good way.
We could try to set you like a hammock up in like the garden or something if you wanted.
No, that's well, I don't know. I would get a little nervous being around that much trees.
I mean, there's
I
like the
don't.
water though. We could put you like above the water.
I'll think about it. I kind of like being enclosed with wood everywhere,
That's fair.
or
Tidy enclosed wooden
maybe up on the
space.
roof. I've fallen asleep. I used to fall asleep in the crow's nest a lot.
But you got
It's okay.
excited about hammock, so maybe we'll focus on hammock and make that happen for you. How about that?
Okay, sounds good. Oh,
Hell
I
yeah.
think he's coming around.
Gwyn,
Oh, hell yeah.
you
Yeah,
walk
yeah.
out of this.
Yeah.
Been there.
I don't feel much stronger.
You seem less perceptive, if anything.
Yeah,
You
but
seem a point healthier.
You're so more detail oriented.
Yeah, I feel like you could really get to the bottom of this whole thing.
yeah, I would say on a scale of 22, I feel 23.
Mm.
Wow,
I know. That was rough.
that doesn't sound even kind of fair.
Well,
Matt, did I hear you right that you said we get to re-roll once on our hit die?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Oh yeah. If you roll a 1, re-roll it, please.
Ah. Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
All right, kid, you're up.
What do? Do I just let it take me? Ah!
Trigger surrounded by almost like a floor with water below your toes. Almost like probably a comforting feeling as like the barefooted child here, wearing like you just feel like the dampness. It feels warm and comforting, not chilling or uncomfortable in any way. As you were the first to place the mirror shard, you heard Violette once again, and you hear her voice ring through, talking about learning from past mistakes. That you get the sense as a child, you get the sense that she wants you to be better than I was. Essentially, is the kind of the message that is being conveyed as you two are sent back into a memory, one much more recent. The last raid that you were on with Cyclops was the one that landed you in Cursed Cove. But instead of that, you're thinking back to sort of like the wrap up celebration after your last successful mission. Cyclops, his move was a lot of these nighttime hits. Like they would take out a ship, they would take out a merchant crew, they would threaten someone to or kidnap someone, get a ransom. Okay, cool. What time we got left? Let's hit the tavern and the bar. If we can't make it to shore, we'll hit the tavern and the captain's quarters. Like Cyclops had kind of a section of the quarters that was roped off. No one was allowed in. Curtains were up, but part of it was also this bar and tavern that he kept the booze locked up in. So when it was time to celebrate, everyone celebrated. So the last time they were this successful, Trigger was invited. Potentially one of the first times you were invited to this kind of celebration. You remembered the activity of the evening happening. It was a raid on a merchant vessel. Cyclops seemed really happy afterwards because they got a whole bunch of gold and magical stuff that they were able to liberate and kind of take for the crew. Whether they're going to sell it or use it, who's to say? So in this celebration, there is some joy everywhere. Everyone's been drinking a bit. So Trigger is free to move about the captain's quarters here. What is Trigger doing in this kind of raucous environment?
Trigger is probably floating between these small groups, I imagine, of these really boisterous pirates. Just these men and these women just like having a great time. So he'll float in and be like, yeah. Did you see when that guy's face blew up? It's fucking wild.
I can't
And
believe it. Was that your first face blow off? No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Was it, Trigger?
yeah, no, it's yeah, that was it. No, it's not my. I mean, I didn't do it.
Still remember my first. It was my dad. Drinks, everyone! And everyone is just like enjoying the moment, like past it, like just like has like they're all kind of in their own spirits, like
yeah.
as you kind of bounce back and forth.
I kind of feel like like he might get a few sentences in each place,
Definitely.
but it's not. He doesn't really like. They acknowledge him and then they move
Yeah.
on. And so he's like, okay, I'll catch you guys later. Do you guys want me to get you some drinks? Okay.
Yeah. Grab up another bottle. Trigger's grabbing drinks for everybody. That's hilarious.
Okay. So I'd probably like gone up to the bar to try and steal some more alcohol. Not that it's like stealing, but kind of stealing.
Yeah, nice. Give me a stealth check.
Yeah. I'm not rolling well today. It's a 10.
But you go to like swipe a bottle and you just feel like a steely hard grip on your bicep. As three-legged Lindros, of course, overseeing. He is in charge of the cannons. He's in charge of the booze to make sure no one wastes precious material. This like heavier set gunner. All right, what you doing with that, kiddo?
I was just gonna bring it to some of the guys. I think Thrash Bandicoot asked for it.
Bandicoot. I'm not surprised he needed another drink.
Yeah, I know. It's yeah, that's all. I wasn't trying to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, three-legged lenders.
That's all right. It's all right, kid. That's all right, kid. You still cleaning that pistol that Gene gave you?
Oh, yeah. I think I left it down in the cabin. I'm sorry. I can go get it. Does he want it back now?
No. Make sure you're taking care of it. He might need it again in the future. You never know. Never know when might come in handy. Just clean it for him. Give it back to him whenever you're done practicing. All right.
Thanks. I mean, fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off, kid.
Yeah, fuck off to you too.
The second bottle and just kind of like a boot to like shoulder, just kind of like kick, like not like pushes you to the ground, just like
no, but yeah. Okay. Yeah. Taking them.
Yeah, you take the bottles over here, kind of bouncing back and forth among this crew. Where
handing out drinks.
Some people notice you, and some people don't. Give me a perception check as well as you kind of walk through this memory.
21. 20.
Nice. As you kind of like you're doing a diligent job of like, okay, you've been given this task of like, okay, cool, like get us more drinks. And you think, oh, maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna keep doing that. So you're kind of taking stock of everyone around, making sure everyone is kind of like, I'll grab another bottle, And you have to like start dodging three-legged Lindros as there's like, hey, stop doing that. And you remember this entire party's this celebration. You never once see the Cyclops. Though everyone is celebrating in the captain's quarters, he is nowhere to be found. And you like begin to like, as you realize this, you're like, oh, I should look for it. And then you warg out of this memory back into the room that you left. Go ahead and roll a d8.
That's not nearly as cool. 2.
You get 2 likely key points back. I'm not sure if there's any other resources that you have that would need to be refilled.
Key points is good.
Oh, but you also get the benefits of a short rest. So I'd let you roll like if that as like hit dice or something if you wanted to do that as well. If it's not getting full from a short rest, as you are being refilled, reboosted with this rest, as Trigger also levels up. While Trigger was in this trance, was there anything that Kachi and Gwen were attempting to do?
I think I would look at you outside of the spell. Good.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. We just talked about it. Actually, it was the beginning of the maze and the things, but I just felt like I just remembered like there were two big minotaur there, and like everyone left. It's just so crazy. Like I just did the whole thing alone. The first one. It's just it feels like everyone's always staying away, you know?
Yeah. That's so crazy. Like I just can't imagine what that must have been like.
Well, I I don't know anything else, you know, like but
I get that. You
if
know.
not I'm baking bread. So it's like you need a sourdough starter. I can do that. So,
Hey, the fact that I'm not yapping your ear off with positive vibes and shit,
well, that would be fun but annoying, you know. But everyone has
Yeah.
their thing. If mine's watching, countless souls be taken. Look at this kid, you know, like
Look at this kid.
can we talk about this kid? I don't
Yeah,
know
can
why.
we actually? Yeah,
Your
we.
voice is
I
so
don't know why.
but your voice is so influential on me.
My voice.
Well, but I, brilliant, terrifying,
Yes,
but like,
absolutely.
but so good, so
Yes.
good. Like, I just, hurt him. I want to get him, you know.
I am both so confused and yet so inspired by how much he cares.
Yeah. And I'm
Do you,
sorry I moved you the captain. I can't get killed by a kid.
that's fair. I understand that. Do you really not want it? Because I will act like I do for the sake of.
Well, at this point, I think I pushed the retirement so hard. I think it would break his heart if I was re-captained.
We gotta get you that party,
But well, we don't actually. It's actually not a retirement party. Like no one's expecting it to be. But you know, it just think this is so good. You know, I don't want to lose this, and so I just hate the idea of any of us turning on each other because I would never.
Sam, no, I would I give you the word of my shop, my craft, my art. I would not turn on any of you. Um, no, my goal is to get off this island, obviously, but I don't really know what to do after that. I feel like I'm gonna be learning too much about myself in the weeks to come.
After this, I mean, we're bonded for life. You know what I mean? After this,
trauma.
Yeah.
As almost as if you peck in him as you say trauma, Trigger
Trauma.
come out of this warg as everyone has now leveled up to level 4. Everyone gets the benefit of a short rest, the additional bonus provided from Violette and leveling up via the mirror. As probably these like trances have happened within the span of like an hour. It's like the short rest time.
I don't know what you guys were talking about. My vision was great. I was at like a party after we had just killed some merchants, and I feel I'm yeah. So maybe I don't know. You guys have a lot of stuff to feel guilty for or something, but I feel pretty good about my stuff.
All right. Well, that's good. Good for you, kid. You haven't grown up enough to be sad about your previous life choices yet. So, well done.
Yeah, probably not many consequences you suffered for your actions, you know?
Okay,
Now,
I
as
feel
you
like, but I still think I'm older than you.
Me?
No, well, I don't know. How old are you?
22?
Okay. And you?
23.
Oh, that's
Can we all
rude.
decide right now?
Right now, I was
It's
like, in my head, I was like, maybe 30. 30 is like a good owl age.
Well, I
But I was
thought
like, I
I
don't
was
think.
older, but then everyone felt young. You know, I didn't want to be like the one old guy with the baby. You know what
Well,
I
I
mean?
kept calling people kid for the first 2 episodes, and
All
then
right, all
every
right, all
other
right.
NPC was
I
like,
kind of
I'm
want it to be
older
a
than
little
you.
like
I'm like,
aging.
okay. Listen,
33? Yeah,
I was just playing a 17-year-old, so now I'm like, how old am I?
I
Let's go
know.
with
I
that.
mean, do you think Allens are like hobbits? They're like, Frodo, and he's like, I'm 50 years old.
Yeah.
And you're
Hey,
like,
kid, I'm just tiny.
that's tiny.
I'm just
Um,
really small.
Okay, because
No.
all I know is
I'm 29.
Okay.
uh, you're 29. Okay.
TBD. Yeah, I'm gonna
So,
TBD, but we're gonna put a pin in 29 for right now.
It looks like I've done a bunch of drugs. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to tell.
I'm young, but I look old.
Yeah, I'm gaunt.
I look
Like,
tired.
I don't know. I feel like I could be older than some of you. I'm I can't count to how old I am.
Okay.
wait, what?
I don't know how old I am because I
Aren't
can't count
you
that
like
high.
9?
I was gonna
mean,
push like a hard 10, maybe.
I'm I don't I mean 10 is in no, I'm definitely older than that. Because who was it on the ship? Give me a second. I have a name, I'm sure. Yeah, because old
Well, you know,
Lefty
when you're
said
on a
that.
boat, time passes differently. So you're like a dog. You have different age years. Like you
Yeah.
only have been on the water, so you are older.
No,
You're
I don't think so. Because old Lefty said that he had a grandkid who actually was married and had a kid by the time that I had started, and then when it was done. So I think I'm at least. How old do you have to be married and have a kid?
well, unfortunately, in some situations, it's drastically lower than it should be. But you know,
Oh.
we say, but you,
Yeah, old Lefty
but
said
you're
that.
like, because
But old Lefty died a couple years ago, so I'm probably older than that now.
because you're like an elf.
Yeah,
So
which we
that's
have commented on many a time.
I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
I'm a human. So I'm just saying, it's like we're comparing, you know, potatoes to veal, you know, like it's not even kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? You can get dry aged for years.
I don't really think I'm supposed to be dry most of the time.
No, no.
I'm like the
But-
stones that Kachi has. Moist.
Moist stones.
As your captain, you go find a top for your hammock.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh wait, we gotta get but we gotta get ready to go. So everybody get ready because we're going out. Okay. Remember, don't wear pants except for you. Because it's black tie. Runs.
What? Was this a previous conversation that was had?
He doesn't want to wear pants for some reason.
He decided to go with Steela's dress code, and
Yeah.
Steela wears a scarf, and that's it.
I think the conversation was had while I was in my work state, so I was just like, "Oh God, all right, we gotta get pants on him. He's not just he's an elf.
That's yours.
You should,
That's yours. You are the captain. I'm so sorry. I have to.
This is so rude, and I'm gonna make you first mate so that you have to do shit that I don't want to do.
I've
Just
been
remember
delegated
that.
elsewhere.
I'm still first mate.
I'm gonna make you
I'm looking
do
for a
something.
tarp.
Eventually I come on back and I've taken it from the impression of like an anything but clothes party instead. So instead of not like no pants. I've instead just taken off my vest and I've worn it backwards and stuck my legs through the armholes. And I have it tied up around, like bunched around my stomach. So I'm really just not wearing a shirt. And if you look, I probably just have my whole ass crack out. But I'm just running around with that. Okay, I think I got my outfit.
As your captain, I am executive decision. You have to wear pants. Wear something normal. Put on clothes.
At this point, Bastion has approached. Young Trigger, perhaps I could help you with inventing some clothing, as it seems you are trying to do.
What you got, Bass?
I could weave a mat of moss if you wanted to wear sort of plants as clothing. That could be interesting. We have several books, many of which some of Violet's collection and Violet's collection. Not to my interest necessarily, but we could use those as a sort of unconventional materials challenge and outfit for you.
You mean like we can take the books apart because they're not good for anything?
I suppose if you're interested.
Done. I'm going. And I go to the
Captain
library at
says
night.
no.
Please
Don't
stay
do
away.
that.
Please stay away from my apothecary one. I have the entire collection of herbology. Yes. If there's anything you need, please let me know.
Also, actually, we do need something. We
Yes.
have a.
I worry that the library will be destroyed, but it is, in a way, it is not mine anymore. So, yes, what can I
We
do for you?
we recovered a crate.
Yes, I believe I saw it downstairs.
It's protected by magic, and we just wanted to make sure that we don't open it improperly. So we didn't know if you could look into anything like that. That seems to be magic outside of our reach.
I will. I can try to. I will attempt to. There is some of Violet's collection is actually dealing with magical runes and magic sources from alternative places. I should say. I can.
Right.
I'll be happy to. First, of course, it says Trigger. I'll direct him towards Violet's collection of fantasy, romance novels, and the like. The least useful, at least, is in this regard.
Amazing. I would, for the crate, I would try to focus on anything for divination and conjuration.
Of course. That narrows it down for sure.
Perfect.
Thank you. Wow. I don't know how to pay you back, but
it is. You have given me purpose. It is my honor.
okay. I feel guilty. But
I am a ghost bound to this house. I would much rather do in the service of others than simply to haunt and scare the neighbors away. You have reminded me of that. For that, I owe you.
okay. If you say so, thank you.
Of course. Just kind of gives like a little Trigger. And he goes off to help Trigger make an outfit out of books. And begins research. He'll work on it.
Come on, Bob the drag queen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm just plastering them over my bits and bobs, and like have like a nice sort of like shorts just made out of that.
Yes. Well, actually, if we mix these things together, we can make a sort of paste. Don't get on your legs; that'll be uncomfortable to come off. But here we go.
Yeah, no, don't. Make sure it doesn't go up the crack. Okay.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah.
I raised Violet. That's not. She was. This is new. Here we go. Excellent. Here's a pattern of sorts. Why don't you start on putting the larger pieces together, and then I can help you attach them together to make a pair of pants.
Done.
Nice. He points you in the direction of Violet's fantasy novel section. Just like little stories, like fairy tales, romance novels, and that kind of thing to make pants out of. is there anything Gwyn and Kachi are doing to prepare for the evening?
I'm gonna cast Disguise Self on myself. And we're gonna stay like neutral, regular Gwyn. So we're not gonna do like our heightened face or anything. And we're gonna be in a giant zoot suit, like oversized. And let's make it like cream colored, like a cream colored suit with a black shirt, very big, huge, pointy collar, and a big, cartoonish black tie. Um, and
Black
then I'll
tie.
be in cream, but then on my back it will have like stained patterns. So it's like a little that has like the different circles and like different like almost like the water stain, like mothy
Oh, very
kind
cool.
of to it, and it's huge shoulder, so that I'm again like buried in like it's like again like a huge cocoon of an outfit, and just like my head, and then like all these dark like, and then I'm just like
Um,
my
Kachi
bow is just like in there.
would Kachi would probably be downstairs, just like thoroughly going through his box, just to see if
Nice.
there's like anything
Yeah.
else that he missed.
Kachi, you take the time to go through your box. You pull out and unwrap, like basically take inventory of the whetstones that you've got. You can stash them away somewhere safe here. You can bring them with you if you'd like, depending on how you're feeling in the moment. Now that you have time to go through this box, Kachi, after you remove the first layer of whetstones, you find something packaged underneath. A
Of
long,
course.
thin parcel. It's heavier than you expect it to be as you lift it out of this box. And it's wrapped up in like these enormous kind of leaves tied around in twine. It seems partially wrapped to protect it, to hide it. As you kind of like get the sense like, oh, these leaves are like actually used like by other people to kind of make like boots of elven kind or like cloaks of like elven kind. Like it's like almost like you know what to look for, so you're able to find it, but someone else may have missed them and just toss it out with the box. As you find this like parcel tied up with like a note on a piece of like vine twine, all neatly arranged in the bottom of this box.
Yeah, I'll go and read it. And
Sorry, I lost track of where it was.
no worries.
It says,
The tag, as you say, it just says, to one who walks the path. Or to Kopesh, one who walks the path.
Can I do like a check or anything if I remember anyone in my family talking about Kopesh?
Yeah, give me a history check with advantage. This is like trying to remember back, especially because like you just relived one of your memories.
Ooh, nice. It's an 18 on the die for a 21.
Nice. You like try to try to Rolodex this name back through your head, and it strikes you as okay. That's interesting. It's not necessarily. I recognize the name, but not associating with the person. You think like, oh wait a minute, like. I remember like sitting down with a lesson with my grandpa, going through like some of these crafting things. Like a khopesh is a kind of sword. What is that even like? Why is this to a kind of sword? That doesn't make any sense. And you remember back to that memory that you just saw your dad crafting this big, great sword. You remember it was packed and sent off to someone named Falchion. So from point A to point B, you're thinking, oh, this was something custom that was created. You probably didn't even know it was happening in the forge, but it was something that was being sent out to someone.
Can you spell Falchion?
Falcion, I think.
Falchion.
Double checking.
There might
It's
have
like,
been,
is there an H in it? I'm trying to
there might have
remember.
been an H in there, but I don't know. It's hard for me to
Yes,
hear letters. and see the word.
Falchion.
Love a good falchion.
Falchion. It's one of those words. I actually don't know if it's Falchion or Falchion. I think I've only read it.
Or like falchion or like falchion.
Say it however you like, everybody.
And what was the word you used for? It was custom made. That was it. If I have 10 minutes, I'd like to. Well, no, I regained it, but we're gonna go out. Yeah, I'll try to ritually cast Identify.
Yeah, I would say you would have time to, like, as the people are getting ready for this for the evening. You ritual cast Identify on this. Are you casting it on like the package or the sword?
The sword.
Nice.
Yeah, I like if I get this out, it's like kind of like with the box. Like I don't want to like unwrap it if I don't have to, but if I need to like be like, okay,
Nice.
I'm on this island. There's
these-
this like
These wrappings are less magical than the box that was filled with Fakana. So like by touching like the parcel, you get a sense of the sword inside. With the Identify spell, you are able to look into this. It is a +1 longsword that is wrapped in this parcel. It is like the blade that you kind of crafted yourself that you wield. It is made of the Arbor Forge, so it is this like magical wooden sword. And it is in fact a Kopesh sword, so you know, like, okay, I can get the sense even just like kind of like turning this package over, where it kind of is begins as a straight blade and then kind of begins to curve almost into like a crescent moon shape. Very elaborate, very elaborate sword that takes some skill to wield. That's what kind of the details that it's less intricate than your own sword that you would pick up on, because like you have crafted yours with like these musical capabilities and things. But it is a like well-made +1 longsword.
Okay. With that, I'll try to hide it, like put it back in how I had found it, and then just move everything to the room that I originally said I was going to sleep in the tree, but then I'll go into Violet's room, the pink room, and
Nice.
just like set up shop there. And,
Yeah,
like, probably,
you
like,
set up shop
put
at
it under the bed.
the pink guest room,
Yeah.
and toss it like under the bed or somewhere, like typical.
Are you guys ready to go? I really want to go get really drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you're so underage.
We've literally just been through this, and also I'm a pirate.
Oh, I always forget that. Everyone's like a pirate.
It's like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, like, what
It's like
else are
the
we
shtick.
supposed to do?
I know, but like from where I'm from, it's like you don't want to say you're doing things, but you're like, look at me, I do illegal activity. It's very
Well, I mean, now I'm not. Now I'm doing like totally illegal stuff to help people, but like, you know, once
fun,
pirate,
though.
always pirate. Am I right, ladies? Sorry, I meant that ironically.
Well,
Well,
yeah, no response. Let's go.
yeah, I don't have more to say about that.
I have no response.
Are we taking the cart?
Yeah.
We should take the card back.
Or we could be pirates and keep it.
No, we shouldn't.
They know where we live.
You can stand on the cart and Well, actually, I can't. I really probably actually can't.
Wait,
pull
is it
Oh,
downhill at all to
Oh yeah, like it's down to because like the Forgotten Escape is like on the water.
right?
Oh, we're
So
hopping
we'll-
on.
We'll kind of, you can get on, and then we'll like, I'll like run in front, like like.
Whoa!
I would like, if I could, I would like to try and skateboard my way there.
Incredible. Everyone give me acrobatics checks on the way there.
Yeah. Oh my. 9.
23.
What's the score? 13.
Nice. Triggs will not stop kicking to get the cart go faster and faster as you,
Guys, we're gonna be late. We're gonna be late.
as you speed through the streets. Gwyn,
List to the port. List to the port.
you hold on for dear
What?
life, entirely not enjoying yourself. Kachi, you hold on just fine. Gwyn, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god.
Thanks.
Woo!
Think about this retirement party story that you're gonna be able to tell.
13 minus 1 is 12.
You hold it together. You manage to kind of keep yourself in check, not getting sick or making a fool of yourself. In your
Yay.
nice clothes, on your way to your retirement party. As the group arrives in the Forgotten Escape, a very familiar feeling washes over you. As you've saved this place, you've slept here. You can even just like through the door of the window, you can see Abash, this blue tiefling, taking orders. You can hear the sound of Pluck on stage playing music as evening begins to set in. And that's where we'll end it for tonight with Shattered Ships as we pick up our negotiation next time.
We gotta have like a nice drinking game with them. Like, you know, we get this much, we're able to hold it together. Like,
No, stop.
Oh, absolutely.
sorry, it's a constitution based. I'm sorry about it.
I was like, I have a